Hey there, all you farm-loving fools. Here's today's project. Okay, last video on the generator, but I thought I'd bring to you the things I feel are interesting. A lot of the stuff I do, I think, are probably going to be boring for you to watch, and I'm still going to do some of those in the future. But if I come across something I think would be interesting to you or might help you in the future, excuse me, that's what I try to focus on. Today's issue we're on the home stretch here. I got the battery coming. Those were cheap. I couldn't believe it. Like 29 bucks. Unbelievable. In today's world, that's cheap. All I got to do is just put the air box on and fire it up. But I got to looking at this air box, and I don't know if the camera will show you. It looks like it's been in a fire. It's got some melted plastic. Well, this part here goes against the carburetor, and then the air cleaner, or excuse me, this is the air cleaner. The air filter goes in this spot here. Well, the problem I'm looking at is, if I get the angle right for you, this got hot and warped, so I can't get a good seal against the carburetor. This would be the end of the carburetor and the back of the air box. If there's a gap around this, it'll suck dirt and grime in between it because that's the least resistance. So we need a good seal. And this is all wavy. Again, I don't know how well you can pick up on that, but it ain't pretty. So it came with, I'm not buying a new one, all right? It came with a little thin gasket, which is generally plenty. But in this case, I wanted it thicker to try and fill up some of that gap. So over on the workbench over there, with my anvil, I'm making a new one. I'll show you how I do that. You can just use scissors and cut them out, do arts and crafts, but I'll show you how I do them. And then I thought, there's nothing on this plastic. All it does is bolt to the plastic. So there's really nothing to bridge this waviness. So I copied my gasket onto a piece of, I think it's 18 gauge, I don't know, a piece of metal. So I have a metal gasket. Well, it's not really a gasket. So this I'm going to put on the inside. It all matches up. All the grooves are cut out so it fits everything. And this will help give it a little more support, a little more smash around the whole thing, being that it's metal, and hold that against the carburetor more firmly. I hope you're following what I'm getting, but just you want a little more force all the way around this goofy shape. The plastic just doesn't give you. So let's go over there and make that gasket. I'll throw this on real quick, and then we'll figure out what else I'm going to do today. I don't know. I skip days because, well, it's like stupid hot out. And a lot of times I just do things like, I don't know, sharpen lawnmower blades and, you know, regular life stuff. So I don't bother showing you those. All right, here we are. So I drew out my gasket onto this thicker gasket material. You can pick this up. I got this at O'Reilly's. They sell it in a pack. There's cork and rubber and felt. I don't know. There's like 5 different styles. And this is kind of the thicker, heavier. I don't know. I liked it better. So all I do is here, cut it out with X-Acto knife. I still have to make the holes for my bolts. I just put a block of wood on an anvil. You can do it on a concrete floor. It doesn't matter. I bought a kit of these years ago. If you do any kind of work and you're going to do these, it's worth it. I don't know, 12 bucks. They were cheap. But these are hole punch. Center's hollow. And you basically just, I can get you in closer. This is cool. I bought them because they're cool and they're fairly inexpensive. So all I'm doing is save myself a lot of time. You can drill these out, but you tend to rip the gasket, and X-Acto knife takes forever. Just show you how handy these things are. Don't need anything fancy, but you put that right in that hole and just make sure it's slightly bigger than the hole. One good smack, and you got yourself a perfect hole. And then when it gets full, they just start coming out this cutout. I keep using the word, these holes. Hole here, hole there, hole everywhere. All right, knock these out, put it together. Just makes the job easy. And that's kind of the job of a tool anyway, is to make a job easier. I said that. That block of wood's too soft. Should have got some oak. Well, look at that. I'll hit it a third time. I guess if I hadn't hit it like a sissy the first time. All right, let's go get that put on there and see if it holds better. I'm sure it will. Zoom you. Oh, dang it. I got a clean shop today. I know. The place is getting to be a pigsty. I'm going to trip and fall, and then we're all going to laugh. Except me. I won't laugh. All right. Yep. Dark in there. I got more lights. I don't know if it's going to help, but. So this gasket goes on the carburetor first. My thicker, new, heavier. Look at there. Fits good. And this plastic part is just going to slide right over the top of it. And then we're going to figure out how well our support bar works. This, I even bent it slightly, arched it so it put more pressure in the center area. Don't know if that was necessary, but I won't fib to you. I tested it. I test fit this yesterday, just the plastic part. Obviously, I hadn't cut the gasket yet. And it goes on well. I added an extra washer too, just trying to stretch out the force into a longer, wider area. So I you know what? This is what I do. I do it twice. We do it right because we do it twice. Yeah, everybody uses those phrases these days. What I want to do, I want to kind of make this permanent. What I mean is, if you use RTV or silicone on stuff, the next guy has to fight with it to get it apart. Well, if I use just RTV on the plastic part to my new gasket, that should fill the gap I'm worried about. Then when you take it apart, that gasket isn't attached to the carburetor. It'll be attached to this plastic. Therefore, I'm not creating a headache for somebody in the future. So let me grab some RTV. I think I got some right here in the top drawer. Knowing me, it's a 99% chance I do. Yep. And I just put a little bit on that. It's 100% silicone. I don't know. I buy RTV. It'd probably be cheaper to buy it a different way. But let's not get into cheaper all the time. So I want that gasket to stick, and I want to fill all these gaps. Now, if you had gasoline in this area, I probably wouldn't go. Yeah, I don't use that every day. I probably wouldn't go this route only because RTV and gasoline don't play nice together. Yeah, if you're wondering what I'm doing, classic. I put the cap on. I know we all put the cap on, but it still seems to dry out. And they expect you to use this stuff, I don't know, every day. That don't happen. Oh my gracious. It's dry halfway through the container. Okay. I can smell it. That means it's still there. We're going to do it a little different. Show you guys another little farmer hack. So this tube is dried, like the top half inch of it's dried up. I can poke a screwdriver in there and it don't even get wet. So you poke a hole right in the middle halfway down and you can at least use it one more time. This will be the end of it. But at least I can use it one more time. Although putting it on is going to be a little more difficult. We're not going for pretty back here. We're going for function. Oh, that looks terrible. The next guy is going to say, what happened? We got to make sure. I'm going to have to put my gloves on. I guess this worked out to make a better video. I don't know. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I have enough of the silicone on there, but if you put too much on, it'll squeeze down in front of the intake. There's a couple of ports in there. I think one's a vent, one's overflow. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. You guys probably figured that out by now, huh? All right. I just don't want that RTV all over my fingers, and I'm scrubbing them, blah, blah, blah. All right. So what I want to do, make a mess is what I want to do. I'm going to take that globby mess I put on there. Yeah, I don't want to. I just don't want it to bridge this little gap up here. So I'm just going to work it around with a screwdriver. Yep, this job should have been done 10 minutes ago. Get on my belly. I don't know, thick, thin. probably too much. I'm not going to put on extra thick, even though it might help. Because you could put it on, let it dry, take it back off, take a Sharpie, run around it, or Sharpie? Yeah, Sharpie. Is that the right word? Anyway, razor blade, and clean it back up. Just if you want to make this project last even longer, which some of you are wondering why I'm doing that already. Oh, I'm sure that's going to be fine. It's going to have to be because I'm done. Now, I'll clean that screwdriver up when? Yeah, later. Yep, you guys knew that from my other channel. Okay, here we go. Knowing me, I'll probably have this off one more time anyway. For some reason. All right, I think we got something going on here. I know 99% of the people in the world would have just put that on, tighten these screws down. You're selling it anyway. Just let her go. Well, I'm not that guy. I wouldn't fix my stuff that way. I'm not going to fix somebody else's stuff that way. Yep. What am I doing it twice? Or maybe the third time? I forgot to put on that new gasket backer, whatever you want to call it. Now I'm trying not to drop stuff on the floor. I forgot to put this in there. Like I said, I'll have this off at least one more time. Come on, you're making me look stupid. I'll say it. All right, now we're in shape. I do have other issues. No, I have plenty of other issues with this particular air cleaner, to where somebody in the audience is going to say, "Why didn't you just buy a new one?" Because I'm getting kind of deep into this one. I mean, I got it cheap enough, but there was just enough of these little problems adding up that I don't know. I'm getting too far into it. Did I say that? Probably got the wrong. Yeah, I did. Probably shouldn't. You know what? I probably shouldn't tighten those with a wrench anyway. Just squeeze it up with finger tight. It's a good rule of thumb with RTV anyway. Let it set up, and then when you come back later, you can give it that final little squeeze after the RTV's firmed up, and that'll give you a little better seal. I got her about 12 pounds, 12-inch pounds, 12 foot pounds. I don't know. And then I can just go on the inside and make sure that there's no extra little garbage sticking out. I didn't put way too much on. Looks like some of the plastic is even in the wrong place. That's all right. I say it's all right. Yeah, but half of you know I'm still going to have it out one more time because it'll bother me. I want it really right. Well, in my eyes, right. The next issue I'm having with it, and then that's going to be it with this darn thing, is this cover. It's got a little bow to it, which isn't terrible. The top hooks on two pegs. One of them's broke, and the two pegs are broke off, so that's going to have to be fixed. And then this screw part at the bottom, so I already know I got to figure out some way to latch this top, and I have an idea. And then the bottom screws in. Yep, so that's a problem at the top, and that's a problem at the bottom, because the threads at the bottom are pulled out. And of course, they're metric. So my next thing, and I am not going to bother showing you guys this, I don't think I will, is I got some lathe work to do. I bought a piece of rod I'll put on the lathe, and I'm going to turn it to where it's the right size to press in that bottom plastic hole. And then I will thread, I'll find out my threads, M whatever they are, metric something or other, and I'll thread the inside of that rod. That way it stays in the plastic. I might even have to put a cross pin through it. A lot of monkeying around. I'll probably have a half hour into fixing this and threading the bottom of that. That's machine work. That just boring to watch. It's slow. So we got an air cover on. We're getting somewhere with this. This is the last video I'm going to make. I mean, I can't imagine I'll make another video on it. There's no reason to. But getting that carburetor on there and getting this mount where it's on properly, a good seal, just that kind of stuff takes time. But you think outside the box, like with the support, make sure everything fits the way it should. It tends to run better. You might have got away with it the other way, but this way I feel more confident that we're going to get a good seal. That's it for the generator. We're going to move on to something else. I don't know what. I got hay coming up this week, so there'll be some more hay stuff going on. I did have a problem with my tractor. I took it to the shop. Ends up wore out PTO. I guess I could have fixed it, but I didn't know what I was looking for. And I'm not sure he knew what he was looking for. But ended up being a simple fix. I just had to buy a new PTO stub. And then I'll be back to making hay. So we'll see you guys here, there. Hey, I'll see you somewhere. All right. I got to go.